Hello everyone, welcome back to When Saturdays Come With Me, Dry Bry. It's just like deja vu again, innit? It's like rinse and repeat. Keep doing the same things over and over again. Keep making stupid, silly mistakes and you get the same result. The Blades coming out, unfortunately, losing 3-1 at Coventry City tonight. I just cannot believe why we keep doing these absolutely stupid mistakes game after game. And Chris Wilder must be pulling his hair out. Absolutely. We played absolutely superbly first half. It as good as it's been all season, the best we played. And it's the same thing like happened at Preston. Coventry City come out in second half, all guns firing. It was unfortunate that Coops went off with a neck and back injury, which might make him doubtful for Saturday now, and Adam Davies coming on. And clearly he's responsible, in my opinion, for the goal from the corner, coming out, flapping it across. He's taking total command of it and getting his fist to it or catching it. It was flimsy, weak. And he's got to put it down to his mistake. And it's same from the throwing from the first goal, that Coventry scored to equalise. Too much time to score, nobody picking anybody up for Sakamoto to score. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous marking. Same mistakes again, defensive mistakes. And it's really disappointing because I thought we played really, really well first half. I was hopeful that, we might get something out of the game. Funnily enough, though, at half time, I was thinking, is this going to be the same again? I was hoping it wasn't going to be, but I just thought if we could hang on for 20 minutes, coming out at second half, they didn't give me anything to see that we wouldn't do it. But obviously, Coventry stepped up on the gas, and they are a good side, and they surged forward, and they got the goals, albeit we gave them two of them. The third one was looked marginally offside anyway, but it was on the break when we were trying to push forward anyway. Interestingly, Chris Wilder made two changes. He brought Tom Cannon back in, and he brought Readwell back in as well, and Brooksy dropped out and Samari dropped out. I thought it worked well. I thought Tom Cannon, I'll give him a bit of credit first half. He did run down the channels quite well. He looked a bit more lively. I'm not saying he's the answer, by the way. He's way off it. But he looked a lot better. I thought Ben Mee was outstanding, as was McCallum in first half. They played really, really well. I thought McGuinness looked poor again, and I think he should be dropped on Saturday. I did say in some comments that Chris just throws some odd red herrings out, and I noticed today in the under-21 Sariki weren't playing, so I thought he might have been in squad tonight, and I think he should play on Saturday instead of McGuinness, and play Tanganga at centre half where he should be playing anyway. I thought Brooks looked a bit livelier when he comes on, but he just flattered to deceive, does Brooksy. I'm not totally convinced about him, but I think at this conjuncture he's better than Ogbean. So I think he should be dropped and Brooks should play. But we got off to a good start, didn't we? First half, it was quite good. They looked on the ball. They looked positive. The confidence didn't look suspect, to be fair. I thought we went toe-to-toe with them. I thought we tried really hard. Cooks made a couple of good saves, didn't he? One after 12 minutes and one after about 15 minutes or so. He made another save down to his right. So he was doing all right. He seems to be coming back to a little bit of form as well. That Sakamoto looks lively down that right-hand side for Coventry, doesn't he? Who scored equaliser anyway. He looked a lively player, doesn't he? Ashley Grimes, I think we looked at at one time. He's a steady player for them as well. But, the goal, it was a good goal, weren't it? We built up, it was a good build-up play for the corner anyway, and it went out. A lovely, great back header from Ben Mee, and McCallum finished it off. it were a good goal, no more than we deserved. I thought we were full value for the what to go in at half time at 1-0. I didn't have any problems with that first half. I told my own observations that I noticed I put down. Like I said, I thought Ben Mee and McCallum played well. And we looked a lot better changing the formation, going 4-4-2 as well with Cannon and Campbell up front. I think Campbell can still do a lot more. Sometimes to me he looks a bit lazy, and he could do better. Whether it's a fitness problem, I don't know, but he really needs to step up, doesn't it? But it was a really spicy start to the second half, weren't it? I'm not surprised Coventry scored and they come back into it. But, we're soft. We've got a soft underbelly, aren't we, at the minute? And we just can't seem to be, to cut out these silly mistakes. I've seen Chris Wilder's interview after the game Sheffield, and he said, he can't wait for the transfer window to open up and get some changes in. But the problem is we've still got more games to play before then. The gap could get wider, and it's going to make it bigger. And we've got to grind out. Somehow, we've got to find a few wins. We just have, and if we don't, we're in a relegation battle now without any doubt whatsoever. We're really struggling, and we've got to find a way. I know I mentioned it before about the character and the leadership and the determination and showing some balls to win your battles. I thought we did all that in first half. It was good. But we're just like a game of 2 hours and making stupid mistakes, individual errors, and they've got to cut them out somehow, or they're going to be gone. Come January, they'll be gone. There's no two ways of looking at it. I know Chris Wilder, he was quite positive. He said we went toe to toe with him and all that and all the rest of it. But end of the day, it's the result. It's the same result of individual mistakes, and we get punished. And you're going to get punished if you keep doing it. And like I said earlier, keep making the same mistakes, you're going to get the same results. And it's just disappointing. And I'm absolutely gutted. And I know I've read a lot of comments about this some going over at top weight as usual and all the rest of it. I can get the frustration. I really do get frustration. I get it, and I come on here and I sound off. But I'm trying to take some positives out of it. I know it's difficult. We just can't do it for 90 minutes, can we? We're in control of the game like we were at Preston and we were tonight against top at league or a good side. But we just fold. We fold, whether it's fitness or whatever it is. I don't know. He brought Tom Davies on it second half as well. I thought the substitutions made a difference. They absolutely did. Thought Sariki did well when he come on. Tom Davies, he got caught in possession a couple of times. He didn't look fit enough yet. He needs game time. I know Carl Asaba on Radio Sheffield, he mentioned about the fitness levels again for a while, but they did keep going to end. I just slightly disagree with Carl on that one. I thought we looked a little bit better fitness-wise, but we still, at the end of the day, we can be as fit as we want. But if you're going to keep making the same mistakes, it doesn't matter who you are, does it? It can be the fittest man in the world, but if you're going to keep getting ball away and don't look after it, you're going to make mistakes, and you're going to get punished for it. I'm disappointed in Og being again. I don't know what it is with him. I think he seems to be like a one-trick pony for some reason. He's a bit blows hot and cold, a little bit like Brooksy as well. I don't think them two the answer down the right-hand side at this moment in time. Tell me if I disagree with me. Tell me. I can only tell you what I feel, in my opinion, on the way it is. But we go on to QPR now on Saturday. That's going to be another tough game, isn't it? Sooner or later it's got to turn. It has to. It just has to. And then we get that break, don't we? And then we go on to Wednesday game. But I don't know what Chris Wilder's answer to it all is. I listened to his pressers. Sometimes I agree with him, sometimes I don't agree with him. I tended to agree with quite a bit of what he said tonight. I think the 4-4-2 system, yeah, we should continue with that. It made a difference tonight. We looked a lot better with 2 players up front running out channels. I think we should be doing that at home as well. I'd definitely bring Sariki in and put Tanganga at centre half along with me. And McCallum, I don't think he should be dropped for Burrows at this conjuncture either. He's done all right. No problem with him. I thought Pecky did all right. I still think we're going to need somebody in there as well. I think Chris needs to get somebody else in to support Pecky. Hopefully, Aim will be back soon and Blaster will be back soon as well. And Chong, we'll wait and see on that. We'll wait and see. And like I said, Coop's got that back and head injury, and Chris Wilder said they've got a lot of work to do with medical staff to try and get him fit for Saturday. Let's hope he is, because Adam Davies, to me, is just a liability. I know he hasn't had many games, but he's just not. He's not. We need to change him. I know he's a steady Eddie and all that, and he picks up a wage to sitting on bench every week. But when it matters, you need somebody reliable to come into goal, don't you? And Adam's not. No disrespect to Adam, but it's not. It's just not in the same league as Coops, is he? And we just need to bring in somebody else as well. I think Faxon's a good shout. Why don't we bring him in if he hasn't gone out on loan? But why not? But look, put your comments in. I really, really appreciate your comments. Let me know what you think. I know I'm disappointed, the same as you are. I don't want to overthink it, or I can come on here and slag them off to forever. But I'm not going to do that. I'm a blade through and through. I believe that we will get out of it. I think it will turn. It's going to be a hell of a struggle between now and end of season. As long as we don't get relegated, I still think the owners have got a lot to answer for as well, for what they did at the beginning of the season. They made a calamitous mistake in appointing Sellers. Even if people think he shouldn't have been Wilder coming back, they should have gone and looked at it a lot better than they actually did. I know they've owned up to that, but a lot of onus is going to be heading their way if we get relegated. I'll tell you that for nothing. And fans are obviously going to be upset, and they're going to be upset tonight, and they'll be upset. Well, the last 2 games, we lost 3 on bounce now. So we've got to find a way. We've just got to find a way and bounce back on Saturday at QPR. I hope we do. It's very frustrating. I'm frustrated. I know you guys are out there. Come on, tell me what you feel. Let me know what you think. I am absolutely gutted that we lost tonight again. I don't like losing. Nobody likes to lose. But somehow, somewhere, we've got to find a way to get some points on the board. And the signs are there. The signs are there. But we've got a soft underbelly. And the problem is that we keep making stupid, silly mistakes. And if we keep doing that, we all know what's going to happen, don't we? Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I really, really appreciate it. Hype the channel. I will reply to everybody, as you know I do. And let's hope we can... I'll put another video out towards the end of the week before the Queen's Park Rangers game. And obviously I'll do one after as well. Keep believing. Please keep believing. We will do it. Don't think we won't. I think we will. I think Chris Wilder will turn it around sooner or later. And hopefully he'll have no excuses come January window, will he? When he gets the players that he wants in. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But for now, thanks for watching. Up the Blades, and I'll speak to you later in the week. Up the Blades.
Coventry tonight. What did you make of your team's performance?
I didn't think it was a 3-1. I thought it was a tighter game than that. We just can't feel sorry for ourselves. If people turn it in on us, that's their sort of opinion. We're disappointed. I think it didn't look like a team that was at the bottom of the division against a team at the top who were flying, who were scoring goals left, right and centre. We were well in the game for right away up until the 94th minute. The final goal we're chasing. There's bits and pieces on that. Maybe the quality towards the back, the last 20 minutes when you're chasing the game, you need to show a little bit more calmness and a little bit more composure and quality then, because we had opportunities. I think that comes with the situation that we're in. We have to defend our goal better. The second goals, obviously, you've seen it. The first one's a long throw into our box that we've not tracked a runner on. Disappointing to lose, obviously, Michael at half time, which knocked us back. And I thought, we were well in the game for long periods. It didn't feel like a top running away with things against a team that's obviously struggling at the moment to pick results up.
I imagine at half time you knew that they were going to come out strong. Is it disappointing that the nature of those 2 goals conceded after the break?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's always going to be a reaction. It'd be a reaction from anyone, but we just have to deal with the situation better. It's a long throw that we have to deal with. So I've got to find a way. I've got to find a way to sort that issue out, because it's a poor goal from our point of view. As I said, lots of encouraging signs first half. I thought that the attitude of the team was really good. But the way we played, we caused them problems. I think they were always going to, with the players that they've got at the top of the pitch, and the calmness that they've got about him, and the belief in what they're doing and the position that they're in. Always going to cause us a few problems, but there wasn't too many to write home about. And I thought we gave them as much problems as they give us first half. But you just have to deal with a long throw better, and we haven't dealt with it. You see that part out. We talk about game management. You see that part out, and then does it become an edgy and a nervous game for them? But we were always in it. But that ain't enough for me, that we're always in it, because we haven't got anything from the game. So we're going to have to dust ourselves down. There's no time to, I'm learning about certain things left, right, and centre, as I know. And January can't come quick enough, as you can imagine, to make the obvious changes that we'll need to make to give ourselves a better chance going forward. But at the moment, we've just got to dig in. We've got to believe in what we're doing. I think the process of the team in terms of out of possession, in possession against the team at the top of the division, yet again, similar to all the games that we've played. We've not been overrun. We've not been dominated by anybody. But we're coming out on the wrong side of results. So we have to flip that round and change that. And I've got to find a way for us to do that. But no wrecking ball to it all. And there's always a gauge from the supporters. I thought there was a gauge from the supporters at Preston. I thought there was a gauge on the supporters tonight, that what they saw. And really disappointed that we've not given something to go on with. But we have to go again. It's going to be a tough game on Saturday, and I know there'll be a negativity around the place, and it's up to us to deal with that. Always talked about it. It's professional footballers. When the champagne's dripping from the ceiling, it's easy to play, and it's a tough gig at the moment. But we have to find a way, and we have to show that courage mentally to deal with the situation, and go and produce a big performance. I think there were some big performances from us tonight, but ultimately we've come out of a tight game on the wrong end again, and that's a disappointing aspect.
After conceding the second, the subs seemed to make an impact, and right at the end there were a couple of chances, and it just seems you look at the minute on a few situations, the ball just wouldn't sit for you, did it, in that last 10 minutes?
No, but we've got to earn our own luck. We're finding a way. I thought we caused them, I should imagine, as many problems as anybody's caused them all season. In my opinion, in terms of how we played first half and the last 15 and 20 minutes, in terms of the territory we got into and where we got the ball. But we just need to find that bit, and I don't think that if anybody would have been here tonight, if we'd have got back in the game from that period, the last 20 minutes would have been shocked that we did. But we haven't, and we have to deal with that. We had enough opportunities to get something from the game, but ultimately, as we talk about, both boxes have decided the game yet again. Our inability to find that bit at the end, and an inability to deal with a set play and a long throw.
Do you believe with what you've seen on the training pitch and on the field that the results will come over coming weeks?
Well, I think when you see tonight, if you're getting bit 3 or 4 and it's an onslaught and it's one-way traffic and goalkeepers having to make save after save after save, then potentially I will be saying that, but I've just said that there's nothing in any of the games that we've played. The games are decided by actions and big moments in both boxes. We've got to find more actions and moments and big moments for us to get ourselves up and scoring, and we've got to deal with the pressure when they have their bit. But as I said, as far as I'm concerned, it wasn't one-way traffic. It wasn't backs against the wall. It wasn't save after save after save. It wasn't people clearing balls off the line and making last-ditch tackles. There was a belief and a confidence in how we went about it, and a game plan to match. But if you don't deal with a long throw just after half time, and you have a situation where goalkeeper punches it onto somebody's back of his head, and these things are going to hurt you, and they're certainly hurting us. But we've got to dust ourselves down and go again, and stick together and find a way.
Situation with Michael Cooper, is that a back issue?
Yeah, it was, back and neck issue, which is, I think, it's really unfortunate and just seems to be the way at the moment in terms of, it certainly wasn't an ideal situation. Adam not played a lot of football. He's nothing to blame on that one, but you don't really want to change around your goalkeeper, make that substitution in the way that we did, and especially with feeling encouraging signs in terms of our first half performance.
Do you know roughly whether that's kind of precautionary or whether he'll be out?
No, it's not precautionary. No, he wasn't. He wasn't in a great way, because also the medical people are going to have to work extremely hard to get him right for Saturday.
And you gave Tom Cannon a start tonight after keeping him out of the match day squad at the weekend. What did you make of what he did this evening?
I thought the game plan first half to run down the sides of their two centre halves worked. We just needed to find that second goal because we got into some great positions. Forced them on the back foot. We knew that they would have their bits of quality that they had. But as I said, for me it wasn't one-way traffic. I wasn't favourite looking to the left or for the first half. I was looking to the right just as much as left, and Tom stretched the game for us. Tyree stretched the game for us. But Tom's another player, like a lot of them, that are searching and trying to find the form that we know that they've got.